It's your girl Courtney and Naya. We back with another video. And today I got my mama. Say hey, mama. So today we're gonna do we're gonna be doing like questions teens are afraid to ask their mom. You know, and I got some questions and stuff like that. And we just gonna ask my mom, like, period. I hope she didn't delete the questions that I have for her.
No, I didn't know what that was.
Did you delete the questions I have for you?
No, I didn't know what that was.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask some questions for her. Let me know if y'all wanna do a part 2 or whatever, because this video just gonna be a slight. But Mom, you have to answer all the questions.
Okay.
And truthfully.
All right.
Okay. Okay, the first question I want to ask you, what is some advice you would tell to the next generation?
First of all, in our generation, it's loyalty, you know, seeing things all the way through, and not to be so fast to give up. Because in life, endurance is the key. That's just what it is, you know. Although you might not get the answer the first time, you might not get the answer the second time. Who knows what's right around the corner? But in y'all generations, y'all want things so fast, so quick, and so easy. And prior to your generation, or y'all generation, and our generation, you know, we had to work for it, especially mine, and then, you know, your grandparents, and then, you know, your great-grandparents. So we all had to work for things. So all answers, and that's where faith come in. You know, all answers is not going to be, I want it right then and there. No, sometimes you're going to get the door slammed. Sometimes you're going to get the wrong answer. Sometimes you're going to get the things you don't want to hear, but just keep pressing. Loyalty is being true to yourself, knowing what you can handle and what you cannot handle, you know what I'm saying? And always know that you might not get it right the first time, but you probably gonna get it right the second time. Or you might not get it right the second time, but you probably gonna get just keep on pushing, you know? I always stress to my girls is never settle, you know, never settle. When you talk about settling, and I settled in my life, but when you talk about settling, just keep on pushing. If that's not what it is, keep on looking. If that's not what you want, keep on pushing. That's what I have.
That's good. That's good, Mom. I like that. All right, next question. Okay, Mom, don't get mad at my mama's opinion. She's just saying how she feel. Is it okay to smoke? How do you feel about smoking?
Smoking what?
Anything.
So, first of all, I can't stand the smell of cigarette smoke.
Me neither.
Okay, I think cigarette smoke get up in your hair, your lungs, and all the other stuff, your car, anything around you. Prior, in my earlier years, right after high school, I wasn't a constant smoker, but I have smoked here and there, right? So what I knew then, what I know now, what I should have knew then, what I know now is that cancer is real, you know, and, you know, secondhand smoke can be secondhand cancer for anybody that don't smoke. So your body is a temple. You got to keep that in mind. So anything that can contaminate your temple will turn around and be bad for your body and bad for your health.
How would you feel if I was to smoke?
I'm not blind.
I don't smoke, Mom.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not at all, you know, whatever. Just know that I can't stop you.
Yeah.
But have you seen me or your dad smoke? Okay. So, I mean, I hope we set good examples when it comes to things, because some of the things we just didn't tolerate, we knew that we couldn't bring it to our kids.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you are smoking, I ask you to stop.
All right. Is it a good age to get married at 18?
I can say yes and no.
Okay.
If you know that this is your soulmate and that God presented that this is your soulmate, then I would say yes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side of stuff, y'all haven't even experienced life.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know what's out there.
Yeah.
The train don't always stop at the first track. It keep on going, right? So if you know in your heart of hearts, because there have been people that I know that been married straight out of high school and still going strong, you know what I'm saying? But my advice is to live life. Would I want my kids to get married at 18? No. I want them to live life. You know, not saying be all wild out there, and I'm not saying date around to where you dating everybody, but just know that there's always a stop at the train.
Mm-hmm.
That first person that you say you know how many times I said I was in love? I said I was in love a bunch of times. A lot. But that was all, you know, whatever.
Why do you think parents are so strict?
Because we live life. We live, and we don't want you to make the same mistakes that we made. If we seen it beforehand and we tell you not to do it, then we know something about it. I don't think parents would give their children bad advice. I think we live just a little longer and we've seen a whole lot of other things that we try to turn around and stop or tell you that the fire is hot, don't go there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think good parents would give their children bad advice, right? Because we have been living a whole lot longer. We know what the struggles are like. We know, you know, that what happens on the other side of a bad decision, right? So that's why, and I'm not gonna say, well, I'm gonna say strict. I wouldn't say strict, I would say we live life a little longer, of course, than, you know, the children or your children, so you don't want them to go through, because some parents had a hard, you know, upbringing, and if they tell you don't do this because, you know, that, then you choose not to listen.
Yeah.
Do that make sense or no?
Yeah, it do make sense. All right. How would you feel if I was pregnant right now?
What, you 19? Are you gonna be 19?
I'm about to be 19.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'd be happy, but I ask that all my kids be established first, do all the things that they wanted to do before they met, because that's a lifelong commitment. Like, you think 18, yeah, we say, oh, we can't wait till you're 18. And you're out in my house, but sometimes 18 turn into 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. But I'm just saying, you know, I would just want for you, I would be happy. I would say I'd be happy, you know. So I'm there as long as I can be, but I want you to get your stuff together, get your a career, you know, be established a little bit more.
Not right now, but.
And that's a yay for me.
Okay. Okay, what mistakes you made that you don't want me to make or your other kids to make?
Truthfully,
Mm-hmm.
I would have wanted to meet your father
Uh-huh.
a little bit earlier,
Mm-hmm.
before I had first,
Before you had all these kids.
I mean, just to, get married first and,
Mm-hmm.
and then have the family. Not have the family, then get married. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would want it, although not knocking any of, the fathers, not knocking them at all. So this is not bashing the fathers. If the fathers probably won't watch this video, but if you do, not because, hands down, not naming names, but there's some good fathers, right? But if I would do it all over, I would turn around and get married, then have kids, not have the kids, then get married, right? So that was probably the only thing that I would, want done, so yeah.
Okay.
Like I say, not knocking the fathers, because I got some good fathers for, my kids and stuff, but if I, we all live with regret, and that's one of the things that, I regret. So as far as my children, I would want my children to get their education, get married, settle down, then have babies, right? Because generational curses is so real, and we've seen it beforehand, all in my family or whatever. I think I only seen a few sets of couples in my family that actually got married, then have kids. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's like one of the things that I would like to want better for my kids, to turn around and get married, get your education, get married, and then have, because having different partners when it comes to, children, everybody don't bring up different, bring the same, and you try to stretch those morals and values across, but when they go to one house to another, this family might do things different, and we struggle with that. You've seen that firsthand or whatever, but it all come together, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I would like.
All right, don't stop me, mama. Okay, what age did you lose your virginity? You don't remember?
I think I was 20.
20? That's good. That's good. Okay, what made you start turning to God?
I think
you was always brought up like that.
Yeah, I was brought up Baptist. My mom always taught Sunday school, vacation Bible school, and I always was involved with the kids at church, and sewing, arts and craft, bringing my friends to Sunday school and church, and her nephews and cousins, my cousins, and anybody. So it was always in me to be a part of church. I think what turned it up a notch is that I knew that I had lived life and it was just nothing out there, and besides I wanted to get a whole lot closer to God and the faith and stuff like that, so I think showing God his hand, God showing me his hand time and time again, I knew that, there's nothing that I would rather do than to, not saying I'm a perfect Christian, but, to show my kids what my mama showed me, and as being brought up in the church, or, showing them and sharing the faith with them. Although some of the things with the Baptist setting kind of twerked a little bit from being Pentecostal, I just knew that God had a calling and still have that calling on my life and my kids. Like, they don't know it yet. They don't know it. So they have a calling on their lives, and so that's what I want to do. I want to, I love God. He Look, I can't even explain it. I really can't, because, you know, who can explain the power of God, you know?
All right, so last question. What's your body count?
My body count. What's that? Body count? What's that? Some people I killed? I don't know. No. We're not saying this. All right. And we're ending this video.
Okay, like, comment, subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up and make sure you guys come back and see us later.